Okay, good day everyone. And again, welcome sa ating Facebook page, no? Kung saan dinidiscuss natin yung mga topics sa civil engineering licensure exam. So, nakafocus tayo muna sa PISAN, no? Principles of Structural Analysis and Design. Okay, so let's have this problem. This is a very popular problem na lumabas noong November 2023 CE Board exam. So, marami ang naguguluhan. So, ang focus natin dito is alamin natin kung paano sagutin itong mga medyo mahihirap na mga problems, no? So, a cantilever beam BD rests on a simple beam AC. So, kung mapapansin nyo, naka 3D man ito, no? So, this one, itong AC, this is a simple beam, no? Ibig sabihin, simply supported. Tapos, itong BD naman, this one is prop beam, no? Kung bali, ito lang yung support niya dito, no? Nakapatong siya sa point B of the beam AC, no? Tapos, dito naman, at point D, fixed yan, no? So, a cantilever beam BD rests on a simple beam AC as shown in a figure. Both beams are of the same material and are 75 by 200 millimeter. Okay? So, if they jointly carry a load P is equal to 6 kilonewton. Ito yun, no? So, this 6 kilonewton is acting downward. So, let's have letter A, determine the load carried by beam AC, and letter B, determine the maximum deflection of beam AC. Itong letter C, hindi ko muna ito sagutan sa ngayon, no? Okay? So, dito tayo, paano natin kukunin yung load carried by beam AC? Siguro yung pinapahanap dito is yung magkakaroon siya ng reaction dito, no? So, yung pinaka-reaction dito at point B, yun yung RB natin, no? Makita niyo dito sa figure. Yan yung pinaka-load that will be carried by beam AC. Okay? So, una nating i-analyze itong cantilever beam BD. So, gidrawing ko na kaagad dito, no? Itong ating cantilever beam BD. Itong pula is, yan yung tinatawag natin na elastic curve, no? So, I hope you've been following our tutorials, no? Our series. Hindi ko na siya ibalik ulit sa basics, no? Sa basic na principle. Okay? So, pag hindi nyo na panood, you backtrack na lang, no, yung ating mga videos about sa deflection. So, ito ngayon, yung tinatawag natin na elastic curve, ito yung magiging curve ng ating beam when it is subjected to loading, and it will deflect, no? It shows the deflection of the beam. So, expectedly, ang mahaba o pinakamalaking deflection is nandito sa end, no? So, dito sa end, merong 6 kilonewton na pababa, no? So, as a reaction, nakapatong man itong point P dito. So, merong upward reaction, no? So, this is RB. Sabihin natin this is RB. Ngayon, kunin muna natin, or ang gagamitin natin una, kasi dalawang solution yung ating i-discuss, no? The first discussion is the popular solution, no? The popular solution. Kaya lang, itong popular solution, mas mahirap intindihin. Para sa akin lang, no? Mas mahirap siya intindihin. At siguro, aminado din na marami din ang naihirapan sa method of yung tinatawag na moment area method, no? Or area moment method, no? So, marami ang naihirapan sa concept na ito. So, we will discuss that one first. Kasi very popular yung ganyang method. So, sa cantilever beam, ang pinaka magandang gamitin, no? Kung cantilever lang. Kung cantilever lang ay itong moment area method. Why? We will base our tangent line at point D kung saan yung cantilever. Sabi natin, pag cantilever, it will not permit, at the support, it will not permit rotation. Okay? So, pagka nakaganito yung orientation ng ating beam, at point D, ito ngayon yung magiging tangent line at point D. Ito ngayon yung ating magiging basihan para sa deflection. Okay? So, this one, ito yun yung magiging deflection natin at point B. So, by moment area method, that will be designated as the deviation of T of B with respect to D. The deviation of point B with respect to the tangent line drawn at D. So, dito sa moment area method, kailangan ng dalawang points, no? Kailangan ng dalawang points. So, ang unang point na kinuha natin, yun yung magiging reference point natin. Ito yung tangent line at point D. No? So, itong T of B with respect to D, that is the deviation. No? Ibig sabihin ng deviation, yun bang niya, kung paano siya nag-deviate from that tangent line. No? So, kung paano siya, gaano siya kalayo, no? Gaano siya gaano siya nag-deviate from the tangent line at point D. So, ito ngayon yung deviation of point B with respect to the tangent line drawn at D. So, yan na rin yung pinaka-deflection natin at point B. Kasi, yung ating reference is horizontal line. Klaro? Okay. So, dito sa moment area method, ang gagamitin natin na ang isa sa gagamitin natin is yung kukunin natin yung moment diagram, no? Kunin natin yung moment diagram or specifically the M over EI diagram, no? So M over EI diagram. Ngayon, pag kukunin pa natin yan, medyo complicated, no? Dalawang force ito, 6 kN and RP, no? So, yung shortcut na ginagawa natin is we assume fixity. No? So, usually, we assume fixity at the support. No? So, pag we assume fixity, we will disregard kung anong reaction dito, kung ano ang moment dito, kung ano ang shear dyan, we will disregard. No? Okay? Pag in-assume natin ang fixity dyan, we will disregard any reaction, any moment, at that point. Okay? So, dadalhin natin yung 6 kN, yung moment niya, dadalhin natin at point D. Ito din yung RB, no? Dadalhin at point B. And mind you, it will depend on the direction of the force. Kung downward, downward. Kung upward, upward. So, dito ngayon, kunin natin yung moment at point D due to the, sabihin natin, unahin muna natin yun, itong reaction. So, this is upward. So, ibig sabihin, ang magiging moment niya is positive, no? With respect to point D. Kasi upward man yan, no? So, that is, moment is equal to force times distance. RB times 2.4. So, that is 2.4 RB. Okay? So, ito ngayon yung magiging moment diagram niya. Hindi ko na ulit ipaliwanag bakit ganyan yung moment diagram niya, no? Pagka point loading, first degree talaga yung kanyang moment diagram, no? Pagka point loading. So, ito ngayon yung 2.4 RB, yan yung moment natin na RB times 2.4 over EI. Ngayon, due to the 6 kN, so pababa man yan, so that is equal to, ganito ulit yan, no? Moment diagram by parts. Hindi natin pinag-isa. Okay? So, 6 times 2.4. So, over EI, no? So, that is equal to 14.4. Negative kasi downward. Over EI. Ngayon, itong T of B with respect to D, that is the deviation of point B with respect to the tangent line drawn at D, that is equal to the area between B and D, the area of the moment diagram. No? Kaya area moment or moment area method. So, the area of the moment diagram, tapos mag-moment tayo dyan at point B. no? Kung alin yung mauna dito, no? So, dadalhin natin yung yung area ng moment diagram between B and D papunta sa point D. Okay? Kaya may mga review centers, ang tawag diyan moment area moment method, no? MAM, no? Kasi nag-moment ka sa area of the moment diagram, no? Kaya yan. So, kunin natin yung centroid nito is alam natin yung centroid ng triangle. Dalawang triangles ito, no? So, same base. So, parehas lang ng distance. 2/3, no? Pagka papunta dito. 1/3 pag sa kabila, no? 2/3 times 2.4, that is equal to 1.6 meters. Okay? So, yan ha. Yung area of the moment diagram, i-moment natin sa point B. So, we have T of B with respect to D. Kunin natin ang area nito. This is 1/2 times the base. Or, inuna ko na lang to, no? Ito yung height, 2.4 RB over EI. Times the base, which is itong distance na, or length na, 2.4. Then, gi-moment natin times 1.6. Positive area, positive moment. Dito naman, negative area to, no? Kasi downward man ito. So, minus 1/2, ito na lang yung inuna ko, no? 1/2 base times height, ito na lang yung, inuna ko na lang yung height, no? 1/2 times negative, 1/2 times minus, no? Kasi negative man. So, 1/2 times 14.4 over EI times 2.4, ito yung base, no? And then, times 1.6. Okay? So, using your calculator, you can tawag dito, you can simplify this one. So, pag mahirapan kayo na simplify, pakita natin, no? So, usually, pag 1/2, ang ginagawa ko na lang, 0.5, no? So, 0.5 times 2.4, no? RB, hindi natin isama yung RB, no? Times 2.4 times 1.6. Okay? So, that is equal to 4.608 RB over EI, no? Nilabas ko na lang yung EI dito. Over EI pa yan, ha? 4.608 RB over EI. Tapos, ito naman. So, wala naman na itong unknown. So, this is equal to 0.5 times 14.4 times 2.4 times 1.6. So, this is equal to 27.648 over EI. So, dito, nilabas ko na lang yung EI, no? So, the deviation of point B with respect to the tangent line drawn at D. Ito ngayon, yan yung magiging deflection natin, no, at point B. So, advantageous ang area moment method pagka cantilever, no? Doon na mismo sa support yung ating magiging reference. Okay, so we will represent this as equation 1, no? Ngayon, kung mag-deflect man itong ating point B, no? Ito yung kanyang magiging deflection, expectedly downward yung kanyang deflection, no? So, pag mag-deflect yan, kung anong deflection ng point B ditong ating cantilever beam, yan din yung magiging deflection, no, of point B nitong ating simple beam. Klaro? So, hindi balintuna naman pag hindi parehas ng deflection, no? Okay, so nakapatong lang man. Okay? So, kung anong deflection itong point B, parehas lang for the same beams. Okay? So, gidrawing ko na agad dito, no? Ito ngayon yung beam ABC. So, 2.4, 1.2. Di bali na sana kung nasa middle lang, no? Kaya lang hindi siya nasa middle. Okay, so medyo hinirapan lang ng konti, no? So, ito ngayon yung ating RB. Kung dito, pataas yung itong ating RB, paglipat natin ng free body diagram sa beam ABC, yung RB natin, mag-opposite yung direction, downward na siya. Klaro? Okay? Downward na siya. So, ito ngayon yung ating deviation or deflection at point B. No? So, hindi advantageous itong moment area method if we are evaluating the deflection at a simple support, no? Simply supported beam. So, ganito talaga yung process pag ina-evaluate natin yung deflection at a simply supported beam, no? So, ganito, kukunin talaga itong dito, no? T of C with respect to A. So, ang ginawa nating reference itong tangent line at point A, no? So, of course, mag-rotate man ito kasi simply supported man lang, no? So, magkakaroon na yan ng slope, no? Or that is the tangent line drawn at A. So, ganito talaga yung ating solution if we are applying moment area method for a simply supported beam. So, magkaroon dito ng T of C with respect to A, the deviation of point C with respect to the tangent line drawn at A. Ito ngayon yung deviation of point B with respect to tangent line drawn at A. No? So, kung makikita nyo, hindi straightforward. So, isa sa mga disadvantage when using moment area method in other kinds of beams, no? So, hindi siya straightforward. No? But this is the popular solution, no? Kaya lang, yung popular solution, yung kumakalat na solution, medyo nagkamali, no? Medyo nagkamali siya sa kanyang computations. Okay? So, itama natin yung kanyang pagkakamali. Okay? So, nakagiven naman ito. Merong R1 dito, merong R2 dito. Okay? So, paano natin kunin yung R1 and R2? Meron man yung RB dito. No? So, pwede tayong mag-summation of moment at R2 that is equal to 0. So, this is clockwise, positive, no? Kasi dito man tayo mag-moment sa R2. So, we have R1, 2.4 plus 1.2, that is 3.6. Ito yung kanyang lever arm, no? R1 times 3.6 minus RB, no? RB times 1.2, that is equal to 0. So, solving for R1, that is 1/3 of RB. No? 1/3 of RB. So, it follows that the remainder, the 2/3, is yan yung magiging R2. Hindi na natin kailangan i-summation forces Y yan. Klaro? Okay. So, na-solve natin yung R1, that is equal to 1/3 of RB. So, R2 automatically, it follows that R2 is 2/3 of RB. Hindi na kailangan i-summation forces Y yan. Okay? So, ngayon, ang gagawin natin, mag-construct ulit tayo ng moment diagram or moment M over EI diagram. So, mas maganda, dito ulit tayo mag-assume ng fixity sa point B, no? Kung saan in-apply yung ating RB. So, mawala yung RB, no? Mawala yung RB. Ang meron na lang, mag-contribute na lang sa moment, it is itong R1 at itong R2. So, itong R1, ang moment na i-contribute niya is 1/3 of RB times 2.4. Okay? So, 1/3. Okay, so 1/3 times 2.4. No? So, ilan yan? Syntax error. Okay, so multiplied by 2.4. So, that is 0.8 RB over EI. So, upward man yan. So, dalhin natin pag ganyan. No? So, that is 0.8 RB over EI. Klaro yan ha? Moment over EI diagram. Ang moment, 0.8 RB. Ngayon, yung moment due to R2, solve din natin. So, that is 2/3, no? 2/3 RB. So, we have 2/3, edit ko na lang yan, times, dalhin natin sa point B, no? So, that will be 1.2. So, the same, this is still 0.8. So, ganito yung kanyang magiging M over EI diagram. No? 0.8 RB over EI. And actually, ganito talaga yung actual, no? Kahit hindi kayo mag-assume ng fixity dito sa RB, ito yung talagang actual na M over EI diagram. No? Even if you don't assume fixity at point B. Dito, in-assume natin yung fixity at point B. So, dinala lang natin yung moments ng R1 at R2 sa point B. Shortcut na siya, kumbaga. No? Okay? So, kunin natin yung T of C with respect to A. No? Deviation of point C with respect to the tangent line drawn at A. So, kung makikita nyo, hindi naman nag-yield yung ating support, no? Hindi naman yan bumigay, no? Yung ating support. Kaya lang ganyan talaga yung moment area method, no? Magkakaroon talaga yan ng deviation. Deviation does not mean deflection. Klaro? Deviation does not mean deflection. Okay. So, deviation of point C with respect to the tangent line drawn at A, ito yun. No? Okay. So, di ba ang sabi natin is, ano man yan? Dalhin natin yung moment of the area between A and C. No? So, yung area between A and C, ito yon, yung whole area. Saan natin dadalhin? I-moment natin siya sa point C. Okay? So, we have 1/2. Unahin muna natin itong this one, no? Ito, this portion. This portion of the rectangle, unahin natin yan, no? So, 1/2 times, inunan ko na lang ulit yung height. 0.8 RB over EI times 2.4. Yan yung kanyang base. Then, yung location ng kanyang centroid, lagyan natin ng location ng kanyang centroid. Sabihin natin, ito yung kanyang location ng kanyang centroid. Saan dadalhin? Sa point C. No? Dito sa point C dadalhin. Okay? Kung ano yung mauna dyan, no? Dyan yung dadalhin. Sa point C. Kaya, we have this distance is 2.4 over 3. Tama? Plus, this distance is 1.2. So, yan ngayon. Para dito sa first area or dito sa left area. Ngayon, para sa right area, ito yon, no? So, ang focus natin dito is itong area na to, no? So, saan dadalhin? Sabihin natin, ito yung kanyang centroid. Dadalhin natin saan? Sa point C, no? Deviation of point C with respect to the tangent line drawn at A. So, kunin natin yung area, 1/2. Nauna ko na lang yung height, no? 1/2 times height times the base. Itong base na 1.2. Then, this distance is 2/3, no? 2/3 of 1.2. Ito yan, no? Papunta sa point C. So, i-simplify natin. That is 0.8. Muna. 1/2, no? 0.5 times 0.8 times 2.4 times 2.4 over 3 plus 1.2. So, that is equal to 48 over 25 or that is equal to 1.92. No? 1.92 over EI. Sige, ikuha na lang natin. Plus, parehas man sila positive lahat, no? Positive moment man yan. Plus, 0.5 times 0.8 times, parehas yan na, RB over EI, no? 1.2 times 2/3 of 1.2. So, ang result is 2.304 RB over EI. So, yan yung deviation of point C with respect to the tangent line drawn at A. Ngayon, kunin natin yung deviation of point B. Ito yun, no? Deviation of point B with respect to the tangent line drawn at A. So, ito yan, ha? Hindi yan yung deflection, no? Magbase tayo sa elastic curve, no? Kailangan magbase talaga tayo sa elastic curve. Ito ngayon yung deviation of point B with respect to the tangent line drawn at A, no? This is basing from the elastic curve. Klaro? Ayun, klaro lang yan, no? Basing from the elastic curve, this is the deviation of point B with respect to the tangent line drawn at point A. So, by definition, ang kukunin natin is yung moment ng M over EI, the area of the M over EI diagram between A and B lang, no? Hindi nakasama yung buo. Ito lang na area yung ating concern. Okay? Area between A and B, saan siya i-moment? O kung alin yung nauna. Nauna man ang point B dito. So, dyan natin i-moment. Ibig sabihin, kung halimbawa, nandito yung kanyang centroid, saan siya dadalhin? Dito sa point B. So, wala na tayong pakialam dito sa area na ito. Kasi, yan man lang, no? The area between A and B, i-moment siya sa point B. Kaya, we have, kinuha natin yung area nito. Again, nauna ko lang ulit yung height, no? So, 1/2 times 0.8 RB over EI times 2.4. Ito yung kanya base, no? 2.4. Tapos, this is 2.4 over 3. Okay? So, ipakita natin. 0.5 times 0.8 times 2.4 times 2.4 over 3. So, this is equal to 0.768 RB over EI. Okay? So, by ratio and proportion, kung makikita ninyo, pag ginamitan natin, no, similar triangles lang, no? By ratio and proportion, tingnan ninyo. Yung delta B, yan talaga yung kanyang deflection, no, at point B. So, delta B over plus. Ito yun yung kabuuan. T of B, delta B plus T of B with respect to A over this one, 2.4. No? Saan yung pointer natin? Ito yun, no? Delta B plus T of B with respect to A, 2.4 over 2.4. Yung deviation of point C with respect to A, ito ngayon yung kanyang magiging corresponding base, 3.6. So, i-substitute natin yung mga values natin dito. So, we have delta B plus 0.768 RB over EI. No? And yan yung ating T of B with respect to A, no? Over 2.4, that is equal to 2.304 RB, no? Ito yun, no? Over EI, all over 3.6. So, ganito. Kung gagamitan ninyo yung calculator, okay, so let's input this in our calculator. So, again, wag nyong i-mind itong RB muna, no? Over EI. Okay, so pag input natin yan, we have alpha x plus 0.768 over 2.4. Alpha equals 2.304 RB over EI. So, wag niyo munang i-mind over 3.6. So, shift solve 0. So, ang lalabas dito is delta B is 0.768 RB over EI. Ngayon, ang gagamitin natin is negative kasi clearly naman, kung makikita ninyo, negative talaga yung deflection, no? Negative deflection means that the deflection is below the neutral axis, no? Pag above naman, positive yung gagamitin pag above. So, isa ito sa nakaka-confuse, no? This is one of the most confusing part of moment area method, lalo na if we are applying it for indeterminate beams, no? So, negative yung gagamitin, although positive yung nakuha natin dito. Ang gagamitin natin for computation is negative because delta B is clearly downward, no? Nasa baba siya, no? So, nakuha natin from the previous, meron tayong nakuha sa previous, no? Saan yun? Ito, no? 4.608 RB minus 27.648 over EI, no? So, dito naman yung nakuha natin is ito, negative. Although positive yung nakuha natin, negative yung gagamitin natin because it's below, no? So, yan yung equation 1 natin, 4.608 RB minus 27.648 over EI. Okay? So, i-equate lang natin ito, yung delta B dito. So, equate natin dito. Laro yan, ha? Naipaliwanag ko na yan kung bakit magkaparehas yan, no? So, we will equate this one. Mag-cancel out lang yung ating EI. So, pwede nyo i-input sa inyong calculator. Okay. 4.608 RB. So, yan yung magiging X natin. Minus 27.648. So, alpha equals negative, no? 0.768 RB over EI. So, alpha X. Pag positive yung ginamit nyo, mali ang sagot, no? Mali ang sagot pag positive. So, shift solve 0. So, we have 5.143. Okay? So, the reaction or the load at beam AC is 5.143. Pag positive yung ginamit niyo, tingnan natin, no? So, baka ganyan, nakuha ninyo, positive. So, kung positive, ito yung magiging result, no? 7.2, no? Baka ma-tempt kayo, yan yung isagot ninyo. Halimbawa, kung masa choices man yan, wala na, no? Natrap na kayo, no? So, ganyan. So, masyadong complicated. Wala namang shortcut dito, no? Kung tutuusin, or merong mga shortcut formula, pero I don't recommend that you memorize a lot of formulas, no? Mas mabuti na grounded kayo sa principle kaysa sa formula. Kung formula based ang yung approach, mahirap, no? I don't recommend na talagang i-memorize niyo lahat ng formulas. Common formulas memorize ninyo. Huwag lahat. Baka maubos yung MB ng utak ninyo, no? So, ito yung confusing. Negative yung ginamit natin, hindi positive, no? But as I said, dalawang method yung gagamitin natin, no? So, first is this one. This is the popular method. Mali yung sagot nung popular method, ha? Mali yung sagot niya, no? But we give credit to him kasi binigay niya or nai-publish niya. Kaya lang yung nai-publish niya is mali. Okay? So, ang gagamitin natin dito sa next sa second method is yung double integration or direct integration method. So, sa direct integration method, mas accurate, no? It's more accurate. And, ano ba? Yes, more accurate yung direct integration method. You just have to lay out the equations, no? So, I hope you are well-versed with direct integration method. Mas matrabaho nga lang siya, kaya lang, hindi siya nangangailangan ng mas more analysis, no? So, hindi na tayo mag-ratio and proportion ito. Okay? So, we will use direct integration method. Again, ito yung ating beam kanina, no? Beam BD. May 6 kN pababa. Merong RB pataas. Pagkagamitin natin yung direct integration or double integration, no? So, there are references. Double integration. Meron namang references, direct integration. So, the same lang, no? Double or direct. Diba, ito yung kanya? EIY double prime, that is the moment equation. Okay? So, ang gagamitin natin dito is yung singularity. No? Singularity function. Hindi natin gagamitin yung nasa books, no? Nasa classical books. So, we will not use that one. Singularity yung gagamitin natin. Okay? So, sa singularity, ang ating i-assume is, ito yung ating magiging, mag-cut tayo. If we have to cut, we cut it almost at the end na, no? So, i-account natin almost all of the forces except at the end. Okay? So, sige. Para mas klaro, no? Mag-cut tayo. Sabihin natin dito na lang, no? So, almost at the end na yan. So, ito ngayon yung ating X. No? This is our X. So, kukunin natin yung moment dito sa cut section. Klaro? So, ano yung moment at the cut section? Ang isa sa shortcut, ang shortcut natin, moment, pag upward, positive. Pag downward, negative. No? So, meron naman, pag clockwise yung moment, positive. Pag counterclockwise, negative. No? So, that is true when we are looking from the right or from the left, no? So, yan din yung recommended ng ibang review centers na para hindi masyadong maraming isipin, you just look from the left. And then you apply yung shortcut upward or upward positive or clockwise positive, no? So, yung clockwise nito is itong clockwise positive, clockwise moment is RB times 2.4. Not 2.4 but X, no? So, naka-enclose sa bracket yung ating X. Minus 6 times X, no? Again, dito tayo sa cut section moment, ha? Ngayon, pwede man natin pag-isahin to kasi isang X lang man yan, no? Ang ginawa ko dito is RB minus 6 times X. Okay? So, pag i-integrate mo yan, integrate mo lang with respect to X. Ito, constant man lang yan, no? So, EIY prime, that is equal to X squared over 2, no? So, 1/2, yan na lang yung ginawa ko. 1/2 times RB minus 6, constant yan, times X squared plus the first constant of integration, C1, no? Kasi dalawang beses man yan i-integrate. So, again, we integrate this one. Ang magiging kalabasan nito is ito, no? X cubed over 3 times 1/2, klaro? X cubed over 3 times 1/2, that is 1 over 6, no? RB minus 6 times X cubed, so plus C1X. Mind you, pinag-isa lang natin ito kasi isang X lang naman, no? Kumbaga, gi-factor out natin yung X. So, plus C1X plus C2. So, we will apply boundary conditions to remove the constants of integration. Okay. So, at X is equal to 2.4, dito, no? At X is equal to 2.4, yung slope niya, wala siyang slope, no? Yung Y prime, yan yung slope, no? The Y prime is the slope. So, i-substitute natin EI times 0. So, 0 na ito. 1/2 times RB minus 6 times 2.4 squared. So, plus C1. So, pag i-transpose mo yan sa kabila, magiging negative, no? So, 1/2 times 2.4 squared. So, magiging negative yan, negative 2.88. No? Tingnan nga natin sa calculator kung ilan yan. That is 0.5 times 2.4 squared. So, that is equal to, yes, exactly, 2.88. So, nakuha natin yung value ng C1. Ngayon, another boundary condition, hindi naman binanggit sa problem na nag-yield yung ating support at point D, no? Cantilever support. So, ibig sabihin, wala yung magiging deflection at point D. So, at x is equal to 2.4 meters dito sa baba, no? Dito yung x is equal to 0, ha? Dito yung x is equal to 0, so dito yung x is equal to 2.4. Y is equal to 0. So, ang gagamitin natin ngayon, kasi dito, EIY prime yung ginamit natin, na yung second equation. So, dito naman, ang gagamitin natin equation is yung third equation, EIY. So, EI times 0, that is equal to 1/6 times 2.4 cube minus C1, no? Or plus C1, but C1 is 2.88, negative, no? So, gi-substitute na lang natin dito. Yung x, yan yung gi-substitute natin. Times 2.4 plus C2. So, ito, 0 na ito. So, calculating for that, we have C2 is equal to 4.608 RB minus 6. No? So, factor out lang natin yung RB minus 6. Okay? So, positive, no? So, yung magiging equation natin para sa deflection, ito yun, no? 1/6 RB minus 6 x cubed minus 2.88 RB minus 6 times x plus C2, no? 4.608 RB minus 6. So, kung applyan natin at x is equal to 0, ito yung at x is equal to 0, o ano ang mangyayari? What will happen? Ganito. No? 0 ito. Tama? Kasi x is equal to 0. 0 din to. So, wala na ito. Ang matira na lang ito. 4.608 RB minus 6. Klara? Pag i-distribute mo yan, kaparehas yan kanina, no? So, over EI ko na lang. No? Divide by EI. 1 over EI, 4.608 RB minus 27.648. Okay? Klaro? Klaro yan, ha? So, kaparehas ng nakuha natin kanina. Medyo matrabaho lang ng konti, kaya lang, wala ka namang ibang gagawin kundi mag-integrate, then you apply boundary condition. No? Okay, next. Dito naman, hindi ko na isolve ulit yung ating R1 is 1/3 RB na yan. So, ang gagamitin natin dito, as much as possible, ikuha natin yung x malapit na sa other end, no? So, bali, ito yung ating magiging x. So, by double integration method, yung EIY double prime, so hindi ko na igikuha na itong R2, no? Yan, ito man yung nakuha natin, no? 1/3 RB. So, 1/3 RB times x, ano yan, no? Minus, ito yon. This distance is, hindi ko na ito masulat dito, no? Or, tingnan ko kung masulat ko. This is x minus 2.4. Ayan, no? X minus 2.4. Dito natin siya gi-moment, no? So, yan. So, singularity equation ang ginamit natin, no? Yung bracket na ganyan. No? Hindi natin yan pwede pag-isahin. Klaro? Hindi natin pwede pag-isahin yung singularity equation, ha? So, we will treat them separately. So, 1/3 RB, positive man yan, clockwise, times x minus RB times x minus 2.4. So, integrate mo yan. So, this is x squared over 2. Tama? Times 1/3. So, 1 over 1/2 times 1/3, 1 over 6. No? RB times x squared. Tapos, ito ngayon, we will treat this one as one variable. No? Yung x minus 2.4. So, treating that one as one variable. So, this is equal to 1/2 the x minus 2.4 squared, no, over 2, or 1/2 times RB times x minus 2.4 squared plus the first constant of integration plus C1. Then integrating ulit, this is equal to x cubed over 3, no, x cubed over 3, 1 over 3 times 1 over 6, so that is equal to 1 over 18. Klaro? 1 over 18. Tapos, ito naman, x minus 2.4 cube over 3. So, 1 over 3 times 1 over 2, 1 over 6. No? RB times x minus 2.4 cube. Plus C1, x plus C2. No? So, ang gagawin nyo lang talaga dito is just simple power rule lang talaga, no? Pag hindi nyo pa nakuha itong power rule, ewan ko na lang. No? Power rule. Pagka ganito, no, mayroong mga x minus 2.4, you will treat that one as another, as one, no? As one variable lang. Okay? So, apply natin yung boundary conditions. Wala namang slope is equal to 0 dito pag simple support, no? Pag simple support. Pero, at the supports, kung hindi nag-yield, deflection niya is equal to 0. So, at x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0. So, ito lang yung gagamitin natin, no? So, we have EI times 0. Ito ngayon, 1 over 18 RB times 0. So, 0. 1 over 6 times, ito ngayon, 0 minus 2.4. Pag singularity equation, once mag-negative yung nasa loob nitong bracket, i-0 kaagad. Klaro? So, sa singularity equation, pag nag-0 ito, x minus 2.4, or nag-negative yan, automatic 0. Kaya kung i-substitute natin dito yung x is equal to 0, automatic 0 yan, ha? So, 1 over 6 RB times 0 minus 2.4, negative. No? Negative 2.4. So, i-0 nyo na kaagad, no? Pag yung value ng nasa loob, huwag nyo nang i-cube, no? Kahit naka-squared man yan, huwag nyo nang i-squared yan. Automatic 0 yan, no? Basta, x minus 2.4, pag 0, nag-negative yung sa loob, don't mind the exponent, no? Negative yung nasa loob, 0 kaagad. Plus 0, plus C2, no? 0 man kaagad ito. So, C2 is equal to 0. Ngayon, at x is equal to 3.6, no? Nandito ngayon, dito yung x is equal to 0. Dito ngayon, yung x is equal to 3.6. Ganon din, y is equal to 0, no? There is no deflection at the other end. So, EI times 0. So, 1 over 18 RB times 3.6 cube, no? Substitute natin, minus 1 over 6 RB times 3.6 minus 2.4, hindi na mag-0, no? Cube plus C1 times 3.6. Okay, so gamitan natin ng calculator. So, we have 1 over 18 times 3.6 cube minus 1 over 6, no? Times 3.6 minus 2.4 cube. So, this is equal to 2.304. Huh? 2.304. Positive yan. Transpose mo dito sa kabila, no? Kaya magiging negative 2.304. Then, divide by 3.6. So, answer divided by 3.6. So, this is equal to negative 0.64 RB. Kaya yung C1 natin is negative 0.64 RB. C2 wala na yan ha. Kaya yung magiging key equation natin dito is ito, no? Ngayon, yung EI, no? EIY, gilagay ko na lang dito, no? 1 over EI, so 1 over 18 RB x cube minus 1 over 6 RB times x minus 2.4 cube minus 0.64 times x. Ngayon, ang concern natin dito is dito, no? At x is equal to 2.4. Again, dito ang x is equal to 0, x is 2.4, x is 3.6. So, yung concern natin dito. So, i-substitute natin yung 2.4. No? Let us substitute. So, ang gagamitin natin dito is calc function. Okay, so, i-substitute natin, no? Wag na natin isama itong 1 over EI. Okay, so, we have 1 over 18. RB, constant pa yan, no? Hindi natin isama. Yung 2.4 man yung ating times x cube alpha x cube minus 1 over 6 x minus 2.4. Sa bagay, mag-0 man yan, no? Cube minus 0.64 alpha x. So, calc 2.4. Yan, no? 2.4. Then, press equals. So, yan yung negative 0.768. No? Kaya, kanina, positive yung nakuha natin. Medyo confusing pa kung anong gagamitin. Positive or negative. Dito, klaro na negative yung gagamitin natin, no? Okay, klaro yan, no? Negative YB, ito yung deflection at point B is negative 0.768. So, klaro na ito, no? Kaya, i-substitute natin, ito yung nakuha natin kanina, no? 1 over EI, 4.608 RB minus 27.648. Ito ngayon yung nakuha natin ngayon. Negative na, no? So, wala na tayong magiging confusion dito, no? So, equate natin itong dalawa. Yung RB, which is equal to 5.143, nasolve naman natin ito kanina, no? So, ito ngayon yung load at beam ABC. Ngayon, yung pangalawang tanong, pinapahanap yung max deflection at point at the beam ABC, no? So if we are going to find the maximum deflection, we need to set EIY prime is equal to 0. Okay? So i-set natin EIY prime is equal to 0. So yan yung EIY, no? Ngayon, para hindi ko rin kayo mahirapan na i-substitute yung 5.143. Okay, ganito ang gawin ninyo, no? So, 1 or EIY prime, no? I-equate natin sa 0. So, 0 alpha equals, okay, 1 over 6. I-kuha nyo, kahit yung A na lang, no? Sige, or pwede din B, no? Alpha B, alpha x squared minus 1/2. Okay? Yung EIY prime, no, ito yun. Pero yung C1 natin is ito yun, no, negative 0.64. Times alpha B quantity x minus 2.4 squared minus 0.64 RB, no? So, alpha B na lang yan. Bakit alpha C? Alpha B. Okay? So, you press Shift Solve. Magtatanong siya kung anong value yung iset natin sa B, no? Kasi kung mag-shift solve tayo, X lang yung kukunin niya ng value, no? So, i-input ninyo 5.143. Then, solve for X. Okay, 0 na lang natin, 0 yung initial value. So, solving for X, the location of the maximum deflection is at X is equal to 2.05. No? So, ganyan. 2.0508. So, once nakuha na natin yung location ng maximum deflection, yan yung X, no? I-substitute natin siya dito sa ating, ito, no? This one, no? Ito. Okay. So, nakastore na yan sa ating, nakastore na yan sa X, kaya pwede natin i-diretso, no? So, we have 1/18 RB. Yung RB natin nakastore na yan sa B, no? So, hindi ko na siya ikuha, no? RB times X cube alpha X cube minus 1/6 RB, no? Nakastore ulit yan sa B natin, no? Alpha B times alpha ito. O, wag nyo nang i-input. Okay? Pag i-input nyo itong 2.0508 dito, no? Mag-negative yan. So, mag-0 yan. Klaro? Di wag nyo nang i-input kung mag-0 yan. No? I hope klaro yan. Dito, X man ito. Wala tayong problema. Hindi yan mag-negative. Positive yan. Dito, 2.0508 minus 2.4, negative yan. So, wag nyong i-input. Diretso tayo dito. Minus 0.64 RB. Diba? Na-store yan sa B. Times alpha X. So, press nyo na lang yung equals. So, this is equal to negative 4.29. No? Negative 4. So, 0.29. No? Or, yan ba yung lumabas? Ika muna. Calc ko muna. 5.0508. So, 4.285. But dito 249. Siguro 2.050508 lang yung ginamit ko, no? So, calc, ito yung X 2.05, no? So, there will be discrepancies. So, pag ayun ano, 4.286, no? 4.29. So, nagkamali ako dito ng type, no? 4.29. Okay? So, yan ngayon yung magiging maximum deflection natin, no? 4.29, no? Paki-correct na lang, 4.29. So, ayan. Y is equal to 4.29 over EI. Ngayon, baka mayroon kayong makita na shortcut formula. Wala namang problema na kung gagamitin niyo yun, no? Kaya lang, masyadong, anong tawag dyan? Kung gagamitin nyo pa, baka maubos yung MB ninyo, no? Dito, wala tayong gi-memorize. No? Wala man tayong minemorize dito. Sa ating process. Oh. And yan yung paborito actually ko, no? Yung wala masyadong memorize. Wala namang masyadong memorize dito, no? Ang gagawin nyo na lang is, i-apply nyo EIY double prime is equal to M. Integrate. No? Hindi naman masyadong mahirap. Alin yung i-memorize dyan? Wala. Sa analysis lang. No? Analysis lang talaga nagkakatalo. No? Kaya nga, principles of structural analysis and design. Kaya, you should be more on analysis, not more on memorization. Although kung gusto niyo makuha yung shortcut, ito nga yung shortcut para dyan, no? Ayan, pakita ko na lang, no? So, ang nakuha niya is 4.258. I don't know if yan talaga yung pinaka-shortcut, no? Pero, di yan yung kanyang nakuha, no? 4.258. Okay. Klaro? So, I hope klaro lang yung ating discussion.